Hello everybody, this is 20 Blue Bug here, and I'm going to do a very little video here explaining what I did to modify the drain tap that you can get from Okmo to fit on the B01 engine. As you can see, I have one fitted here that I worked on. B01 originally comes with a small plug screw in that spot where on the original full-size engine there is that drain tap. This is not a complicated video, but this is meant for anybody that wants to modify theirs without modifying the engine, because I did not make the hole on the engine any bigger. I wanted to leave the engine preserved as it is, so I did it the hard way, and I made the tap fit the engine. Before I continue, you may be wondering what this little item is here. It is a small drip tray to collect oil dripping from the muffler. When I'm running this engine, I tend to be a little bit generous with the oil, and I don't like to chintz on it. So I do give it a fair amount of oil, probably more than it needs. And the excess does drip, so rather than making a mess on the cart, it'll fall into that little drip tray and I can take it out and clean it. Much easier. So what I'm showing here is the tap that you can buy from Okmo as is, next to the removed plug from the B01. As you can see, the threads on the tap are slightly bigger. I believe they are an M4 by 0.7, and the thread size on the plug is M3 by 0.05, so it's slightly smaller. I don't have a whole lot of good luck with using dies, but in this case it worked out reasonably well. Since the tap is made out of brass, it's a little bit softer and a little bit easier to work with than steel or aluminum, so that was an advantage. Another advantage, which may not be quite so obvious, is the threads themselves that are on the tap will act as a guide to help you file it down to the diameter you want to retap it to fit the engine. So here are the basic tools that I used to make the modification. First, a couple of good quality fine needle files, an M3 by 0.05 die, and a digital caliper. This is a really good idea to have one of these for this, or an equivalent micrometer. So once you're ready, you'll want to probably put on a movie or a good video. This will take about half an hour. It took me about half an hour to an hour to do. So a little bit of patience is needed. So you're going to want to start gently filing the threads evenly on the tap, and file lightly, because the brass will come off even with a light file. The threads guide you. They will help you indicate whether you are getting out of round and down to the base size. You want to end up with a approximately 3 millimeter diameter end on the tap, and once you see the threads nearly disappear, you're right about there. Keep measuring with the dial caliper as you get close to make sure. And again, if you see more threads on one side than the other, file a little bit more there, and that will just guide you right round enough to be able to cut the threads with the die. Another thing I did was just round off the end a little bit so that the die will bite into it a little bit better. Once you are satisfied with the end of the tap, you're ready to start cutting the threads. As with any other threading operation, just start very gently but firmly at first. Once you've got a couple of turns established, start fitting it on the engine, because you want to make sure that that has got a snug fit with the tap in the upright position. Keep threading until it's where the threads are as long as you want it, but seats in the upright position on the engine. And once you're done that, you're done modifying it, and you got a B01 with a nice little drain tap on it.